Hey guys, welcome to FunNGun. Got a pretty cool gun here for you today that I wasn't really expecting to be making a video with, and my buddy Robert picked it up and asked me if I wanted to make a video with it, and of course I said yes because this is a really cool gun. What we have here today is a CZ Shadow 2 Gold Digger Edition. This is a Talo limited edition. They only made 1,300 of this variation of the gun. So we'll get into a little bit more of why it's called the Gold Digger Edition in a second. Obviously you could probably kind of tell just by looking at it, but we're gonna go ahead and start off with what comes with the gun. You get some Allen wrenches to adjust stuff, take stuff off the gun. You get some extra buffers, different thicknesses to tune the gun with. You get a patch jag, a bore brush, two 17-round magazines with +2 extensions on them, making these 19-round magazines. You get your paperwork and your safety lock there. So let's go ahead and take the gun out of the hard case you also get there. We'll set it off to the side and go ahead and show you first off that this gun is unloaded. We're gonna go ahead and pull the magazine out of this gun. And what we're gonna go ahead and talk about here is what makes this the special edition. As you can see there on the underlug there, this is, or the dust cover there, this is, like I said, the Gold Digger Edition, and what makes it the Gold Digger Edition is the brass grips and brass mag bases here, or the mag extensions, and the fact that you have a gold DLC coated trigger bow, and that's kind of what makes this the special edition Gold Digger Edition, because other than that, the rest of this gun is essentially the same thing as an optics ready Shadow 2. But I will say, I have shot a regular Shadow 2 with the single action only trigger, and I used to have a CZ Tactical Sport Orange, which is kind of the version that's kind of above the Shadow 2 a little bit, and it had a single action trigger in it as well, and it was a little bit heavier than a standard Shadow 2, but it was nothing like this gun, because with these brass grips and these brass extensions on there, this gun comes in at a solid 62 ounces, basically 4 pounds, and it's pretty crazy for how heavy this gun is. But it balances out nicely because you add the brass to the back side of the gun here and the low on it, and it balances out the nice heavy underlug, or like a dust cover. I keep calling it underlug, it's not a revolver. The dust cover here, and the whole fact that the frame of this gun is steel, so you got a lot of weight in the gun already. So this adds quite a bit more to it, but it puts it towards the bottom, and this gun bounces out very nicely. As you can see there, bouncing on my thumb there a little bit, it bounces extremely nicely. All that weight towards the bottom of it, and the weight of this gun means that this gun has absolutely zero recoil, none whatsoever. It's like shooting a 22 with 115 grain ammo. I did try a little bit of 147 grain competition ammo in this. It's loaded to coming out at, it is loaded to be a slower moving round to create less energy in the slide, and is moving around 880 feet per second. So it's essentially a suppressor round. And I just tried some of those in to see how it felt. And this gun definitely, with those rounds, is an extremely soft shooting gun, but even with 115 grain, it is crazy soft as well. So if you already have a Shadow 2, there's no real reason to run out and try to find one of these. If you really want the same essential idea, you're not going to get the DLC coated trigger and the special edition on the side of it. You can just replace your grips and the mag bases and get pretty much the same thing. But this one's just cool because it is a factory done package and it is a special edition. And I will say, out of all of the CZs I've shot now, like I said, had a Tactical Sport, I've shot a regular Shadow 2, shot some regular regular CZs in the past, CZ75s that is, and this one really takes the cake, because with the extra weight of this gun, this thing is just crazy how flat it shoots and how fast you can just shoot this gun. And it's basically like a laser beam. You got to try to miss with this gun because it doesn't move when you shoot it. Like, the sights just stay in one spot. So it's really fun, as you've seen there in the intro, of me shooting just all kinds of different stuff with it. There's one point, I'm going to try to cut that point of the video out and insert it here. As you'll see, I have a plate and I hit it twice and got it swinging, and then hit it a third time and made it flip all the way around. That's just how consistent you can be with this gun, even with the iron sights. And while we're talking about the iron sights, you do get the standard fiber optic front sight. You do get the elevation adjustable rear sight that you can also drift in your dovetail here for windage. And this is also an optics ready version of the gun. And it's kind of one knock about this gun for the price point of any gun that's over $1,000. I feel like you should get an optics plate with it, at least for an RMR. But the fact you got to buy an optics plate is kind of a knock, because I probably would have put a red dot on this and messed with it a little bit, but I don't have the option to. So it is RMR cut, or red dot cut, if you get the right plate. Let's see here. You get a lot of the same features as your standard 75 or Shadow 2. You do have a nice adjustable magazine release here. And when I say adjustable, you can actually loosen this screw up and tilt it to different points. And I know that because this is the same one that's on my Tactical Sport. And I actually had it canted more up into this position right here. And that's because I can't reach it with my shooting hand there. So I use my support hand when I do a reload. Come down, hit that button, and if it's up a little bit farther, it makes it easier not to run into that finger. So the fact that it's adjustable is pretty cool. You can really put that just about anywhere you need it. So that is cool. You have, let's go ahead, and like I said, gun is unloaded. Gonna take the magazine out of there. We'll go ahead and talk about the trigger a little bit. And you have just a little bit of take up. Got a nice break. Got a pretty long reset. And it's ready to break again. I'm gonna go ahead and hold it, and right there, that is all over travel. So it's not on par with a nice 2011 or 1911, but this is really an awesome trigger for a double action trigger. This comes in, my guess, the double action on this, I don't know the weight on it, but the single action is around 3, maybe 2.5 to 3 pounds. It's not a heavy trigger by no means. It's a really nice trigger. When you're shooting it, you don't notice most of the take up and the over travel in it when you're shooting it fast. I will say the double action is nice and smooth as well. So if you do plan on using the double action, it has a nice double action, has a nice trigger in general. And that should be the same thing on any of the Shadow 2s, I feel like. Other than the single action only variant, obviously. You still do have the nicer hammer, the competition style hammer. Just essentially a Shadow 2 with some brass weights added, or brass grips, mag bases to give it some more weight, and it says special edition on it. So if you have a Shadow 2 already, and you want to give this a try, you can spend a couple $100, get you some grips and the bases, and you're gonna have yourself one awesome shooting gun. Because I have to say, I've shot quite a few different handguns, and as of just an iron sight only gun, this is now currently my favorite one, and I would probably own one of these guns if it wasn't for the fact that it doesn't fit in any of the competitions that I shoot. So you can't shoot it in IDPA because it is nowhere near meeting weight for that competition. I think the weight on it's like 40-something ounces. It's going to come in, like I said, 62 ounces is nowhere near the weight limit. So I'm sure there's competitions out there you can shoot this in. I don't know all the rules for all those, so I'm sure they wouldn't have made it if you couldn't shoot it in something. But really, if you're just looking for an absolutely awesome shooting double action handgun and you want to put a red dot on it, you can. If you don't, it's an absolute blast with the iron sights that are on it. You're gonna really enjoy this gun, and just figured I'd go ahead and give a little bit of a review of that gun, kind of show you an up close of what makes it the Golden Edition, just talk about it a little bit, and that's all I had for today. Okay, if you made it this far, I just want to say thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. If you're looking for more Fun and Gun right now, you can click one of the 2 recommended videos there. If you're looking for more Fun and Gun later, you can go ahead and click that there subscribe button. I sure would appreciate it. And if you're finding me from Facebook, go ahead and click that open app button at the top to make all that a lot easier, and I'll see you next time.